Hey, what's up guys? As you can see, I am new to this channel. I am actually a fill-in reviewer. I am filling in for Marnie today. Unfortunately, I guess she ordered her shot on video movie and it did not come in time. So Derek asked me to fill in for today, and I'm honored to be a part of the channel, and hopefully I'll be doing more fill-ins in the future and then maybe eventually become a main reviewer on this channel. But for now, I'm here and it is a shot on video week. I believe it is week number 222 for this channel, which is crazy, but luckily I had one shot on video movie to my name. I don't really know much about shot on video films. I mean, as in, like, I know what they are and whatnot, but I'm just not familiar with many. I've never watched any besides this one. The only reason I have this one is because JP, he is also a YouTuber. He used to be on this channel. He gave me this movie because he ended up with 2 copies. So, I watched it a couple months ago and I thought it was decent. And I told Derek I could go ahead and rewatch it and review it just for this day. So that movie is Dark Harvest. The back says it's from 1990, but it's actually from 92, I believe. If you look it up on the internet, it all says, like, it's from 1992. I don't know if it was, like, made in the 90s and didn't become released till 92, but anyway, that's what it says. I don't really know. The plot here is basically a group of tourists are trying to go to a campsite in the desert. I believe they want to, like, horseback ride or something, and it's like a camp and things like that. And they're all traveling in this van of sorts when the van breaks down and they end up stranded in the middle of the desert. But luckily, they are sort of close to the campsite, not too close, but like it's like 8 hours away, I think they say. So they decide they're going to hike all that way, which, sounds kind of miserable because they are in the desert and it looks like it's very hot out, but that they're going to do what they got to do because they are stranded otherwise. No cars are really coming around and things like that. So they start hiking and then they end up camping out for the night because obviously they couldn't make the whole journey in one day. So they camp out and then all hell kind of breaks loose, and it turns out they are on like an Indian burial ground, and that they come back in the form of scarecrows. So that's basically the plot here. When I first saw it, like, I thought it was pretty decent. The beginning part is pretty solid. You basically have this couple who is lost and they're in the desert, and then they end up getting attacked by a scarecrow, and the scarecrow looks pretty good. Then you get into the main story with these people who are going to the camp, and, there's a lot of characters, like a decent bit, and they're not the most interesting of people, honestly. They're kind of annoying. They kind of just, like, bicker back and forth, and I don't know. It's just, like, it feels like this movie drags on for quite a bit, too. Like, it's 89 minutes, and that's really not that long for, like, a normal movie, but for a movie like this, like a, your average, like, B movie, you kind of want it to move along, and it could have afforded to probably lose about at least 10 minutes at the most, or at the least, rather. It just drags on. Not a lot is happening besides, you got that solid intro part, and then, first, another thing is, like, the credits are really long at the beginning, and then you get into it, and the music is kind of annoying. It's like that banjo-y, and that music that just feels like you're in the desert. I don't know how to describe it. It sounds like something that would be in your typical Western, and it kind of gets on your nerves after a while. It's very music heavy. Like, the score plays a lot throughout this movie, and it's just a little bit much at times, kind of annoying, and the movie focuses a lot more on character development. But the thing is, the issue here is you don't really care too much about these characters. You really just want to see scarecrows attack them and kill them, and instead you get a lot of, like, drama, like romance drama. A lot of them are going through, like, relationship issues and things like that, and it's just like, it just feels like some Lifetime movie at times. Even the music just sounds like something out of like a soap opera. You know, it's just kind of lame and boring. And but the scarecrows, let's talk about the scarecrows. Some of them look really decent, like they're actually wearing makeup and things like that, and they look pretty scary and legit. But then other ones are just wearing sacks over their heads, and they look like they just threw on like a flannel and went out and, you know, decided to do this movie, which obviously is the case considering it's like a shot-on-video film, but it's just like the consistency is really off. There's a good amount of scarecrows, but I would have liked to see them all look scary and legitimate rather than it just looks like someone's wearing a Halloween costume or something like that. So that's not too great. And then also another thing I was going to say was when you actually get to the scarecrows killing people, it just looks like really cheesy, and, you know, it just happens too fast. It's basically like in the last like 20 to 15 minutes where action really starts to take place, and by that point it's just not overly that great. The first time I watched this, I gave it, you know, the benefit of the doubt, and I kind of took it for what it was, and I really enjoyed it. I will say, like, if you watch it, you might enjoy it. Like, I'm probably being a little harsh here, but and I've never seen, like I said before, I will say I've never seen shot-on-video films before this one, so I can't really compare it to any other ones. I'm not sure if this is a good one or a bad one, so, you know, you can't really take my word for it with that. But I think when I first rated it, I gave it like a 6 or so, but I'm going to give this a 4.5 out of 10 just based on the rewatchability. I just watched it a couple months ago, like I said, so it's not even like a year has passed. I just watched it just for the sake of this review. I didn't have any other shot-on videos, and it's just not very solid on rewatch. You just kind of get easily annoyed by the characters, and you don't really care about them, things like that. Some of the acting is okay, some of it's pretty bad, but, you know, just a little below average. Some people might argue it's average movie you got right here. So yeah, that's about all I have to say for Dark Harvest from the year 1992. Thank you guys for joining me for this review. Hopefully you'll be seeing me here on this channel more often, and yeah, thank you again for watching, and I'll see you next time.